In the bustling city of Lagos, where dreams are chased and fortunes made, Mr. Femi Adebayo stood out as a man of immense wealth and influence. His mansion in Ikoyi was the envy of many, a testament to his supposed hard work and success. Yet, behind the grandeur was a secret so dark it would unravel his family's future. Femi had once been a man of humble beginnings, married to Chioma, a devout and loving woman. Together, they had 6 children: Kola, Olumide, Eliu, Solomi, Kosoko, and Afis. Chioma believed their wealth was the fruit of Femi's dedication, but the truth was far from her dreams. Years ago, in desperation to escape poverty, Femi had turned to Kunle, a notorious herbalist, who introduced him to money rituals. The promises of endless wealth came with conditions, periodic sacrifices and unwavering loyalty to the spirits that granted him riches. Over the years, Femi fulfilled these demands, though the cost to his soul weighed heavily. As Femi's empire grew, so did the expectations of the spirits. The sacrifices became more gruesome, and the consequences of failure grimmer. Chioma remained oblivious, dedicating her life to raising their children and maintaining their faith in God. One fateful night, Kunle demanded an unimaginable sacrifice, the life of a family member. Torn and desperate, Femi plotted to sacrifice Ademola, his estranged younger brother, who had visited that week. But the ritual went horribly wrong. The spirits turned on Femi, claiming his life instead. His body was found the next morning, lifeless and twisted in agony. Chioma and the children were devastated. They mourned Femi's death, unaware of the sinister path that had led to it. But soon, Kunle arrived, revealing the truth about their father's wealth. He demanded that one of the children continue the rituals or face ruin. The revelation shattered the family. Kola, the eldest, driven by greed, was quick to accept Kunle's offer. Olumide and Eliu followed suit, eager to reclaim their lost luxury. Solomi and Kosoko hesitated but eventually gave in to pressure. Only Afis, the youngest, outrightly refused, clinging to his mother's teachings of faith and morality. As the family splintered, tragedy struck one by one. Kola drowned mysteriously in their swimming pool. Olumide and Eliu perished in a car crash after a failed ritual. Solomi and Kosoko, overwhelmed by guilt, turned to substance abuse and eventually lost their sanity. Chioma and Afis, left alone, moved to a modest apartment in Suralere, starting life anew. Chioma started a small catering business, preparing meals for local events and churches. Afis, though young, took on odd jobs to support his mother. He sold snacks in traffic, delivered groceries, and even repaired phones in a nearby market. Despite the struggles, Chioma never stopped praying, her faith an unwavering light in their darkest moments. Kunle's curse seemed to haunt the family still. Kola's death, Olumide and Eliu's accident, and Solomi and Kosoko's descent into madness weighed heavily on Chioma. She often blamed herself for not seeing the signs earlier. "I should have prayed harder for your father," she said to Afis one evening, tears in her eyes. "It's not your fault, Mama," Afis replied, his voice steady. "Papa made his choices, but we don't have to let his mistakes define us." Afis' words gave Chioma strength, and she threw herself into her catering work, determined to make a better life for her surviving son. Afis, despite his circumstances, excelled academically. He earned a scholarship to study computer science at a local university. While juggling studies and work, he began volunteering at a church youth group, sharing his story to discourage others from falling into the trap of quick wealth. His charisma and honesty drew attention, and soon, he became a mentor to many young people. One day, during a youth seminar, he spoke about his family's past. "My father thought wealth would solve all our problems," Afis said, his voice heavy with emotion. "But it only brought us pain. The only true wealth is found in faith, hard work, and integrity." The speech was recorded and shared widely, earning Afis recognition as a voice of hope for struggling youths in Lagos. Years later, Kunle returned, now a shadow of his former self. The once feared herbalist was destitute, his body frail and his eyes hollow. He begged Chioma and Afis for forgiveness, confessing that he had lost everything. "The spirits turned on me," Kunle whispered. "I thought I controlled them, but they controlled me. Please, forgive me for what I did to your family." Chioma, moved by compassion, prayed with Connor and gave him a meal. Hafiz, though hesitant, offered Connor the chance to join a rehabilitation program through his foundation. Connor accepted, vowing to turn his life around. Hafiz's foundation, Light of Lagos, became a beacon of hope across Nigeria. Through his efforts, many youths abandoned crime and rituals, choosing to build their lives through honest means. The rehabilitation center in Surulere, named after his siblings, became a safe space for addicts and the mentally ill. One notable case was Musa, a young man who had been lured into rituals but escaped before completing them. Inspired by Hafiz's story, Musa joined the foundation and later became one of its most passionate advocates, helping others find their way out of darkness. Hafiz's work eventually earned him national recognition. At an award ceremony in Lagos, he stood on stage with his mother beside him. With tears in his eyes, he addressed the crowd. "This is not just my story, it's our story. It's about rising above greed and darkness, about choosing faith and integrity even when it's hard. This award is for my mother, who never stopped praying and believing in God's timing." The crowd erupted into applause as Chioma smiled, her heart swelling with pride. For the first time in years, she felt peace. In the years that followed, the Adebayo family found healing. Ademola, Femi's estranged brother, returned to reconnect with Chioma and Hafiz. Together, they rebuilt the family's legacy, turning their pain into purpose. Chioma's catering business flourished, becoming a household name in Lagos. Hafiz married a woman who shared his faith and vision, and together, they raised their children with the values of honesty and humility. One sunny afternoon, Hafiz and Chioma visited Femi's grave. They stood in silence for a moment before Hafiz spoke. "Papa, I've forgiven you. Your mistakes taught me to value what truly matters. I hope you found peace." Chioma placed a bouquet of flowers on the grave and prayed softly. As they walked away, Hafiz looked at his mother and said, "We've come a long way, Mama. And it's only the beginning." In the heart of Lagos, where ambition often tempts men to stray, this family story reminds us that true wealth lies in integrity, faith, and love. No matter how dark the past, there is always hope for a brighter future.